I look really good in all, oh my God, like wow. Okay, hair wet, just like this, puss. What's up, K-Mama FM Bay Mob? What up? It's your boy Kees, Kees the GOAT, Kees the president, big Kees with a big wall and a big mouth, and ain't nobody what? Pop me in it, yeah, you get it. What's up, you guys? I hope you guys are having a great Sunday today because I knew I am. What you guys doing? Did y'all pray today? If you haven't, go ahead and do it. You need some. You need a little bit of prayer in your life. Cause shit, I do. You know what? Listen, let's just get right into it. I wasn't even gonna tell y'all only because I felt like I really don't give a damn. You know, usually my other story times, because usually all my other story times, I would have some type of strong emotion towards it at one point of the story, either when I was telling it or when I dealt with it, but I never cared. Like, there wasn't one point during the story time where I really ever cared. But then I was like, I'm gonna tell my girls what happened because I wanted to show you guys my growth from when I first started telling these story times and I would talk to people to now. Like, you can clearly see that my whole thinking and me seeing stuff for what it is definitely helping me and it's definitely working. Like, please take time to heal. Everyone, I really do recommend everyone to take time to heal and get into your feng shui because everyone needs to do that, I promise you. So this story actually starts when I lived in Seattle. So this starts all the way back in the DM. So one day I was chilling with a group of friends. It was my homegirls, all bad, thick hoes, like love them down. And I remember I was on my explore page and I saw this boy. Now I really was only attracted to the outfit at first because at the time I wasn't very confident in myself. I didn't think I would even be able to pull someone like him. You know when you can just look at someone and you can tell they toxic, or you can look at someone and it may not even be that you can tell they toxic, but you can tell that they remind you too much of one other person. And sometimes you do not want to keep having to keep getting played. But as I clicked on the picture, one, I liked the outfit. I looked at his page. He knows how to dress. He looks very like kept up. I was like, okay, that's kind of attractive. Let me DM him. But listen, I didn't have no game.
I didn't have no sauce on me.
So I was asking my homegirls, I was like, y'all get all the niggas, y'all literally pulled down. Like, I know y'all got a level of game I'm just not ready for yet. Can y'all DM him for me? So they was like, yeah, we got you. I'm thinking they're about to do their biggest. Like, I'm sitting there just so excited on the edge of the bed, like.
Mostly did mine now.
So they're like, okay, we done. It took them hoes 20 minutes, mind you, 40 bitches. It took them 20 minutes. That's 5 minutes a bitch. If you don't know, that's the math. Let's do some quick math right now. I look at the DM. Why these bitches send this?
I was irritated.
I don't even talk like that, and then neither do y'all. Nobody that y'all know talks like that. Why you gonna cosplay and make it seem like I do? Huh? I was so irritated because at the time I was like, man, they fucking my shit up here. Never gonna wanna fuck with me. I thought they ruined all my chances. It really isn't even that bad, but I was like, girl, like that's corny. But he ends up responding and he literally just kind of goes with the boring flow of the conversation. Like that was a real horrible message to start off with. So to try to redeem myself, I hit him with the, I don't know who was playing in my phone, LOL, my friends don't play, they play too much. Why he just laugh at it? Oh my God. Like I said, I did not have no sauce. Obviously, I shouldn't have said that because, girl, who would be playing in your phone? But I didn't know what to say. Mind you, my homegirls, what their mission was, y'all supposed to give me a head start, and you hoes sent me to the very back of the bus. Honestly, I was just like, whatever, it is what it is. It's very obvious that this is not gonna be what it's about to give. He lives all the way in Texas. I live all the way in Seattle. Whatever. So fast forward a little bit, I end up moving to Houston. Now, mind you, at this point, I'm not even thinking about the boy because at this point, I done already been through with that boy and his ex, the little short gremlin boy. I need to stop talking about him. I just be talking shit, y'all. Y'all gotta ignore me. But you know, at that point, I had so much going on. Them roommates, life, I just was over it. So he did not come up on my radar at one time. But one day, I remember I had looked through my notifications and I saw his profile picture and I was a little gagged because I knew that his profile picture looked familiar and I was like, wait, do I know this person? Clicked on their account. It was the boy and I was like, oh shit. But he liked a few of my posts. So of course I like a few of his posts. And then I come back to my notifications maybe like 20 minutes later and I saw that he finally followed me. So I was like, I'm about to follow him back. But I kept it there. At this point, this is kind of around the time where I just wanted to learn about myself. I just wanted to grow as an adult. I didn't want to keep getting my heart broke. I didn't want to keep letting people walk all over me. Like I had to sit there and figure out, why do people feel like they can do certain stuff to me and why is that such a normal thing? I had to get that shit in check because you cannot move on with life letting that happen. So I really didn't care to hit him up, but I was like, I'm just gonna wait for the opportunity to arise, and when it does, I'll take it. And look at God. Thank you, Jesus. Thanks to the higher power above, we make it back to the DM. God gave me the alley-oop, girl. I saw that he posted on his story, don't tell me or don't be coming to me with the talking, you gotta show me. With the newfound confidence I have and just more of a maturity type of thing, like honestly, I'm not afraid of rejection anymore, especially from people who I don't like. If I don't have like super deep feelings for you, because I mean, what's gonna happen? You're not gonna mess with me? Well, life goes on, so it's whatever. Can we get a round of applause for the improvement around this bitch? And then let's also get another round of applause going for this bomb ass pussy. So I swiped up on his story and I was like, you pressured, let me show you. He responds back to me like, nah, that's all you, and I'm waiting. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of gagged because I knew I was cute, but goddamn, I didn't know I was that fine pressure. Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby. I was just like, okay, well, he's feeling me, I'm feeling him. Let me just take the chance. So I asked him if I can take him on a date. I just started seeing stuff differently. Like, okay, why do I have to expect them to take me on the date because I'm the more feminine person in the relationship? At the end of the day, we both men. You want to mess with him, mess with him. Like, but you got to put that effort in. So that's just what I did. I asked him if he wanted to take that date. He said for sure he wanted to go on the date, but unfortunately he was moving back to Miami shortly. I was like, well, you know what? At first I wanted you to be my man. Now I'm just trying to play with that cock a little bit. It don't make no sense for me to even try to get attached to you at this point or shit. Even if he moves to Miami, maybe we just vibe really well and we can end up being friends. I don't care, but I really didn't care what was gonna happen. I just knew that I was feeling him, he was feeling me. Whatever it's gonna be, whatever it's gonna be. But you're moving to Miami, so I know it's not gonna be a relationship. So I was just like, damn, I should have hit you up earlier while you leaving. He just doesn't like Houston, it's getting a little boring. And I was like, I feel it, like I'm just now starting to get out, so whatever, you know, you definitely gotta start traveling and go places where you find your fulfillment, where you wanna go. So you're from Miami, I can see why Miami would be fun to some people. Me personally, I like my friends and I like my money, so I won't be going out there no time soon. But after I said, damn, I should have came at you a little earlier, he was like, it's never too late, the ball's in your court. So I said, bet, can we hang out this Thursday? He said yes. I'm not gonna lie, now that was a little spontaneous for me. I like to give myself a cool time to at least catch a vibe through the text, so I know that what jokes I can make, or if you can even handle the type of jokes that I make, because some people can't tell that I'm joking when I do be joking. So I was a little nervous to hang out that Thursday, especially because, bitch, it was Tuesday when I asked that. So I had a day and a half to find somewhere in Houston to hang out, but then on top of that, it had to be somewhere fun, and I had to drive. I'm taking you on the date. I'm not expecting him to drive. I'm gonna drive, and I'm paying for everything, so I'm like, it gotta be lit. Like, I don't want to be wasting my money just nowhere, because if the date's like horrible, like if he's not a good person and I don't want to hang out with him, at least I have fun. You know what I mean? Y'all feel me? Talked about him moving back to Miami for a little bit, and I asked him when he was moving. He said in around 2 weeks. So I was like, damn, okay, bet. So I'm gonna have to just hang out with you as much as I can before you leave, just to try to see, like, is he feeling me for real, or is he just feeling me just to see where it's at? So then he liked the message and he was like, bet, it sounds good, we can make that happen. And I was like, okay, so I'm a little excited. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely appreciated that. I'm getting to the point where I'm a little bit more confident talking to people, and on top of that, I don't know, it just felt cool. It wouldn't feel like I was hella happy, like I was falling in love, but it definitely is nice to see that growth, and especially when you work so hard for that growth. Like, give it to me. Check out the deuces in the comments for a bitch. Like, what's up? So that brings us to the date. But actually that brings us to the day before. A lot of people don't know this. I am more into feminine people. I don't know. I'm just literally have matured. Like, I just realized, girl, I don't even want someone who's 100% all the way masculine. Like, I mean, I guess it would be cool if he's a cool person, but every time I've talked to someone like that, it's not really been good. They just be too much. They don't even know what they got going on, let alone what y'all got going on. But I still like to hear what your voice sounds like. That's just me. I have to know what your voice sounds like. I would rather just know in person. So I saw that he had went live. I went on another account just to see what his live looked like, because I didn't want to give, like, I'm pressed to be all up in his lives, I'm that excited for the day. I didn't want it to give all that. It wasn't even for me to even like really be lurking for real, but I had to see what your voice sounded like. I went on the live on the other account that I have, and I saw that he was on live with some girl, real pretty. She was a 10. That bitch was bad. Damn, that bitch was bad. Should've asked her ass on the date too. Shit. He starts talking. I was like, okay, his voice sounds cool, whatever. And then I saw that he had showed a friend there. Now, one of the friends that he had there, I've known of him since I've moved out here because we had matched on Tinder. But at the time, I wasn't really trying to date or anything. So I was like, nah, let me not even do that. Let me just hit him up. Let me just hit him up and see if he wants to be friends. And it's just been like that since. But we never were like friends. We were just kind of like people who followed each other on social media. And I'll respond to his stories sometimes. He'll laugh here and there, but it was nothing ever serious. So I peeped it, left it alone, went out the live, and I was like, whatever. Now we're on the day of the date. I get my hair cut. I found a nice place called Billards and Bowling in downtown Houston. Now, the only thing that scared me was I've never driven downtown in Houston before. At this moment, it was my first time. And I also have a real big fear of driving in front of people for the first time because I just messed up a lot. And then mind you, that Tesla, if y'all don't know, when you drive a Tesla, if you let your foot off the gas, that shit will like literally start braking a little bit. Like, it's kind of crazy. So I've learned how to do it, but there'll be sometimes I be messing up shit. Sometimes the car stop a little bit like this, okay? Like it's getting back shots. I was a little nervous about that. I just didn't want to mess up the date. That was just a big fear. And I can tell that's how like I was not really catching feelings, but I definitely liked the boy. Like I definitely had a little bit of a crush on him. So I just wanted this to go right. And I was like, bruh, do not hit a curb. Do not like y'all, and whoever, y'all get it. The people who drive who aren't like the best drivers, I don't even really like to drive fast. I mean, okay, that's a lie. I drive a little fast now, bitch. I done hit 124 before. I'm up there. All right, that Tesla got me feeling it a little bit. Hey! Get my hair cut, clean up, get dressed, get in the car, and I'm on my way to his house. And I made sure that also wanted to get him flowers. Now, I don't know if y'all remember from my mukbang, I had said that a lot of boys have not gotten flowers, and a lot of them do not get flowers until their funeral. I don't like that shit, and everyone thinks that it's sassy and it's so corny that guys don't need flowers, you're a boy, but bruh, it's flowers. Now, if I got that nigga a T-bone steak, that'd be better. I wanted to make it a little extra special. Like I said, I had a crush on this boy since last October, and at this point, this was in August. This happened just a few weeks ago. So I was like, okay, let me give him some flowers. I'm sure he's never gotten any before. I mean, I would think he wouldn't, but shit, he is fine. So he fine. Listen, I'm not no hater. I'm not no hater. He is fine. That boy might have got some flowers. He might have got a few bouquets. Shit. But ain't none of them like this one do. I got these cute red flowers. I think it was like 75 of them or like 45 of them. And they were like really cute. The lady packaging them in this really nice paper. I was like, he's definitely gonna appreciate this. Like, it looks really, really nice. On my way there, the only thing I was thinking to myself was, am I doing too much with the flowers? I don't want it to come off like I genuinely am like feeling him like that tough. And especially because I know that he's leaving, I just want to be a gentleman. I am very big on being a gentleman to everybody. As far as when it comes to talking or it comes to flirting or anything romantic, I would like to treat the person that I'm doing that to treat me like that. I don't know, then I kind of just chalked it up as you're overthinking it. The internet literally brainwashed me to think that because you get someone flowers, you got to be in love, they got to be dating you. Maybe you just like somebody. Like, let's not forget, this is like a normal thing. I don't think flowers are just so out of the ordinary. They should not be this big of a deal. So I gave him the flowers anyway when I pulled up. He was very surprised, and then he ended up saying like, thank you, wow, like you made a really good like impression. Like I was feeling that. I kept it in. I was like, appreciate it. Like, but I was feeling it. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling it. Honestly, the conversation just from like the start was so like smooth, related about everything. We like the same artists, we like the same music. That's very different for me. Like, none of my friends like my music. Like, they rarely like my music. And what made me even less tense was downtown was like right near his apartment. So the place that we went to was only 8 minutes away. Girl, I was feeling it. On the way there we was talking, I was telling him like, you know, I do social media and, you know, I just moved out here from Seattle. After that, he started telling me about him, and he was telling me why he ended up moving to Miami. He was just like, you know, he wants to get a job out there. And so I was like, oh, what do you do for work now? Because I knew that he had some type of money on him. Like, yo, that boy can dress, and he don't look like he wear reps. I'm not gonna say he look cheap. I'm not talking shit. Like, he really do. He keeps up with himself, and he be having like designer shoes on and stuff, or he just has like really nice stuff. I can see that he has a bunch of highlights in like different countries or states, and he travels a lot. So I asked him what he did for work, and he had said, well, as of right now, like, I'm really not working, but that's why I want to move to Miami. I already applied for a few jobs out there. Hopefully something opens up. Honestly, I didn't care, and I still don't care to this day, only because at this point going on, I know he's moving back home. I'm not looking for a relationship now. If I was looking for a relationship with him, I probably would have been like, oh, no job. Ooh.
But nah.
I didn't care. That wasn't gonna be my problem in a few weeks. So whatever. And I appreciate that he was being like honest about it. Like, I don't got one right now, but I'm moving back home to do this, and hopefully something opens up. He was saying how he's moved around a lot, and he feels like he's kind of getting to that age where he needs to start planting his foot a little bit and start going towards the direction he wants to go to. And I like that. Like I told y'all, I don't think being a bum means not having money. Not that he didn't have money, but I think being a bum is when you see that you're not really doing well, or you see that you're not doing what you want to do, and you're comfortable in that because nothing bad has happened yet. And he's showing me like, okay, I can respect that. Like, I can respect that. You young. Mind you, he's only like 24. I can respect that you trying to go out and you trying to figure it out. We young, and we you know, we got to get to it. So I didn't care. But then I asked him if he had a car, and that nigga said no. That's why I was like, no, hold on. Hold on, what you mean? What you mean you ain't got no car? I don't know. Mind you, he was in Houston when I texted him last October. That's a lot of months not to have no car. I was only in here for, how long it take me to get a car? About 3 months? I needed that then. I needed it sooner. But like I said, that's not my problem. That's for the next nigga. I'm just trying to get in them draws, bruh. I don't care. You seem cool. You seem like you know how to go out and get it, and you don't seem like you're no bum. I really do not care. I'm still attracted to you. He knows how to hold a cool conversation, and we get a lot in common. I really didn't, like, honestly, I promise, I just didn't care for some reason. Maybe I should have. Maybe that should have been my first red flags, and I should have left his ass there at that bowling alley. I had fun at the bowling alley. He had fun. We was drinking a little bit, but obviously I couldn't drink too much because I'm driving. One thing that I really appreciated about the date was we were just talking a whole lot of shit the whole time. He did not one time not catch a joke, and I did not one time not catch his. We were laughing. I was reading him for how he was bowling. He was reading me for how I was bowling. I'll record like when he would do it. He would record when I do it a few times. We literally, it was just fun. We were just talking, and it felt good that he knew my sense of humor. Like, it's very refreshing to feel like that, because a lot of times I've talked to people, I start making a joke and they take it too personal, and then now I gotta be like, oh, I was I was just kidding. Now it's awkward and I don't want to be in the car no more. Go ahead and take me home, babe. And then we were walking back to the car and I remember we were just like joking again because we thought we lost it. I thought I lost my car. I thought that shit got towed, I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna be a little embarrassed. But we was just walking down the wrong direction. It also felt good that we kept finding stuff that we had in common. He liked the show Insecure. If y'all don't know, that is one of my favorite shows. That's like low-key like my top 3 and it's not number 3. So the fact that he liked the show as much as I did, I was like, okay, like I don't know, you know good TV, good comedy, good black comedy at that, okay? I'm giving him 10s. He's hitting the mark. Like, he has not fallen short one time. I mean, the car was a little, you know, What you mean you ain't got no car? You couldn't get a hoopty, a clunker, but it's whatever. That ain't my business. We ended up finishing bowling maybe around 10:30, and then we walked to the car, we drove to this Walmart, and we just smoked and we watched TV. And then the same night, a bunch of people were dropping music, so we were in the car listening to it. We were just laughing about what we thought was the good about it. It was just good conversation. It felt like I was just in the car with my friends, so I didn't feel uncomfortable at all. And I really do appreciate when people know how to make me feel comfortable, because if y'all don't know, I got social anxiety. It's getting better, but now the problem is not even really the anxiety, it's my social skills. I don't know how to talk to people. You know, we started flirting a little bit more in the car, we were kissing, and honestly, it just went to there. It did not go nowhere past that. And I was like, okay, I'm feeling him. Like, now at this point, I'm a little like, damn, maybe I am a little sad that he's not staying in Houston, because I could see a future. If it kept going like this, I can definitely see us vibing to the point where it got a little bit more serious maybe. But I was like, well, go ahead and take that shit and throw it away, but that's not what's happening right now. You are here to get in them draws. Be a gentleman, still be a gentleman. Y'all can be friends. Y'all can be friends who fuck. I mean, shit, we grown. That happens. That happens nowadays. But I needed to make sure to check myself. Do not start getting attached to this boy. Do not think because it's good right now, it's gonna be good forever. Because yes, it was cool, but and it may be like sabotage, but I need to remember, I don't know him, he don't know me, I don't owe him nothing, he really don't owe me nothing. Do not get attached. And he's moving at that. And then he moving to Miami. Now if he was moving to like Nebraska, I might have thought about it. But you moving to whole city? Psh. Yeah, nah, you good, bruh. You can have that. So at this point, we just watched the movie. He starts dozing off, and it's like, I think 2:30 a.m. I told him I had to be up early the next morning because I had to edit a YouTube video. I took him home. Now, at first, I was like, I'm not even gonna reach for the kiss because I don't wanna feel like I'm forcing anything. So I was about to just dap him up, and then he was like, and mind you, okay, listen, this might be a little weird to some of you guys watching, but all my girls know, the gay girls. Y'all know that, like, have y'all ever been talking to a nigga and then y'all make like the gay jokes to each other? I don't know, that maybe that's just weird and that's just me and my friends, but it can't be that crazy because me and my friends do it, and I met this boy and he live in Houston. So he do it too. We're talking like, hey bro, back up off me, I'm not with that gay ass shit. Like there'll be times we would be walking so close that our hands would touch, and then he'd be like, oh bro, back up off me. I'm like, man, bro, you know I don't be with that shit. Like, you know, just stuff like that. So I didn't want it to look like, oh, I'm like denying his hug. So I quickly made the joke like, bro, man, you know I don't be on that. Back up off me, bro. And he was like, okay. And then he gave me a hug, and then we leaned in, kiss again for a little bit, and he was like, I really enjoyed myself. Make sure you text me when you get home. And that's what I did, and that was that. Oh, I forgot to say, we also made plans to hang out, not the next day, cause I already had plans with some friends, but the day after that, we was gonna go on like a little second date, but it still wasn't gonna be like a date. It was really just more like we're kicking it. I want to make sure that it still was fun. Like I want to make sure we're just having fun. It's nothing romantic. I just want to, you know, kick it. So anyways, that day we're still texting, things are fine, no really important conversation there, but I ended up telling him that I was hanging out and I named the friends I was hanging out with. He didn't have any reaction to it, and mind you, I didn't name the friends to like name drop, but I have a thing where I just tell too much business. Like let's say it was Ricky and Najee I was hanging out with, I'd be like, oh, I'm about to go hang out with my friends Ricky and Najee later, so or I'm about to go meet Ricky right now so we can go pick up our friend Najee. Like stuff like that's basically how what the conversation gave, and he was just like, oh, okay, bet. I ended up going out with my friends. Now, when I was out with my friends, I did not expect to see, remember the friend I told y'all that I met on Tinder, and then we were just like, you know, acquaintances for real on the internet, and it was just like friendly stuff? That's also his friend. Mind you, he doesn't know that I know they're friends at this point. Keep that in mind. I always gotta stay a step ahead of these niggas. I end up seeing them. I was like, yo, what's up? We give each other a hug, but I can tell very quickly, like, he wasn't like mean or anything, but it still gave the same way it gave in the DMs. Like, we weren't really friends to be like talking and chopping it up. Like a lot of times when I would try to start a conversation, it just came off like maybe I'm doing too much. He just don't want to talk to me right now. He would rather talk to someone else, or he'd rather be talking to this person. I'm gonna leave it alone. So I just kind of fell back a little bit, but he's still a cool person. Like it never gave like any super duper like weird vibes or anything. But now while we was out there, I ran into about 3 niggas I talked to since I've been out here. Damn, ain't that crazy? 3 different ones, all in one setting. I didn't like that. Mind you, that's just at the first location alone. And mind you, I unfollowed all of them, so now it's awkward. Now I feel like a fake ass bitch. It wasn't like I unfollowed them because things went bad, but you know, we were flirting. It was only like sexual talk, or it was only shallow conversation. I didn't see a point for us to keep following each other if we hadn't talked for like months after that. Like, I don't even watch your story. I don't know if you watch mine, but let's just go ahead and let's end it there. So that's what I did. I was just gonna ignore them and act like I didn't see them, but they all came up and gave me a hug first, and it was at different times. They didn't do it all in front of each other. Mind you, one of them used to dub me when I was a real big boy, when I lived in LA for a second, or I used to kick in LA a second with them girls. Y'all remember them girls?
Punk bitches.
Nah, I'm just playing, but when I was friends with them, he was friends with them, and he didn't look my direction one time. And it was just so crazy because like I said in a few videos, when you get a little like skinny, boys will start finally looking at you, and that's something that I was like, am I talking to them for the right reasons? Because it doesn't seem like they're doing the same for me, but I didn't care. I don't expect nothing out of nobody. If we can't talk, we will literally just be friends. I'm very much okay with that. Like, yes, you're fine, but I can be friends with people who are fine and not like them. Like, that's a very normal thing. The only thing that wasn't turned off about that one was he literally started off on the bullshit like, aren't you friends with that girl? Didn't y'all beef? And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I literally was just like, I don't know, like, I don't want to talk about that. Like, you know, I may make jokes here and there, but honestly, I really am over that situation. Like, girl, look at me now. I'm on my thug thizzle. Like, I don't care. But I'm not gonna talk about that in person. And mind you, I don't really know if they're not even friends. So what if we try to go back on some spy shit and he tell? Like, I'm about to be a little irritated. So I just ignored it. And then I ain't mentioned this, but he also was like, hey, and if you need a CPN, let me know. I'll get you your next apartment. Nigga, I wouldn't pay you to do my taxes. Back up off me, bro. That's when the other 2 came in a little bit later in the night, gave me a hug with like, stop being weird. You so weird. Da, da, da. I was like, what? I'm over there acting stupid. Like, I'm acting so dumb. Now we go from that first location to our second location. I'm having a great time. Like, I'm starting to get out my shell a little bit more. One of my friends there, I was getting like especially close to. I was just enjoying myself. It felt good to be outside, not just going to get my hair done, but I was outside, and I was outside with gay people and gay black people who are like me. In LA, it never felt like I could fit in anywhere because I either didn't have enough followers, I wasn't skinny enough, or I just wasn't white enough, if that makes sense. But it felt good to feel heard, and it felt good to feel like represented. That sounds corny, but honestly, that's what it gave, and it felt different, and I liked it. I liked that I was finally starting to get out my shell and live my life as a young adult. So anywho, at that next place, 3 different niggas I found. God damn, I'm a hoe. And mind you, I felt so fishy because the friends I was with, they got like some type of, I don't know, some type of connection with that. But second place we went to, so when we was in there, we cut the line. I was like, hey, I'll see you later. I'll see you around midnight, okay? Hey, we're at capacity. I'll see you later. And we get there, and honestly, the one time it was a little weird though was I walk in there, and obviously it's hella hot. So at one point, me and the friend I was getting like especially close, we were like, let's just stand outside. So I'm walking outside, and there's like mad shit going on. Mind you, I got sunglasses on because I just didn't want to show my eyes when I was drunk. Like, I feel like my eyes are just my biggest insecurity right now. But as I'm walking, why do I feel a hit and then a glide across my forehead? I look up. Why I ghost this boy? Damn it. But see, I had to ghost him. He was too grown for me, but he was kind of like a cornball. And mind you, he was older than the boy that I'm talking to at this point. Like, he was like 26, 27 maybe. And he acted like he was 19. I couldn't. Like, I was just like, nah, bro, I'm cool. I honestly just kind of checked it up and like, that's so funny. Like, that would not happen to me if I was inside. Like, that's such a story I can go tell my friends. Like, it just felt good that stuff was happening to me. Life was happening. Like, little stuff like that where you just will not forget will always be like highlights of when you be like, damn, I remember I was at the club and I remember this, and you just laugh at it later. That's what I just appreciate the moment because I thought it was funny. But anywho, y'all remember when I told you about the friend, we gonna call him, so the friend that I saw with the boy I was talking to, and let's give them names because I feel like it's starting to get a little confusing at this point. The boy I was talking to, we gonna call him Luffy, and the friend that he was on live with that I ended up seeing at the club is called Zoro. That's what their name. Anyways, as I'm outside talking to my friend, Zoro runs up to our direction, but he ignores me and he just starts talking to my friend, and he goes, so my friend wants to know why you blocked him. And then he shows the Instagram. Why is it Luffy? Oh, really? I got my sunglasses on and it's dark, so they can't really see my reaction, and I'm keeping it cool, but I'm thinking to myself, hold the fuck on, wait, what? Hold on, huh? Who? Yes, I knew they was friends, but what are the odds that that was gonna be the friend he was talking about? And then I was just like, girl, like, that's when that was a sign where I was like, here we go. This is about to, let me just go ahead and just leave this boy alone because this is a little too much for me already. Anywho, I'm not gonna repeat what my friend said because that's not really anybody's business, but he was very unfazed. And in that moment, I noticed 3 things. How unfazed he was by it. So I was like, maybe Luffy did something weird. But then I was like, well, hold on. Could've swore I just showed you this nigga earlier and you didn't say nothing like that. He downloaded me on some tea, you know, he filled me in, but he told me something that I felt like maybe this isn't something you would forget. I feel like you would have remembered to tell, oh yeah, and by the way, I blocked him because Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
But no, he didn't do that.
And the last thing I noticed was, why is Luffy asking Zoro to ask my friend why they, you know, blocked them and why he's so worried about it? And you knew that we were hanging out, because mind you, like I said, I named that I was hanging out with them yesterday. He never mentioned or even brought up that they knew each other. He didn't have to. I don't think he had to. He didn't have to tell me their business. That was before me. And like I said, we don't owe each other anything. But I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know, that was just something weird that I noticed. And that's why I had the thought, let me go ahead and just start falling back from this boy. Like, I'll still have fun or whatever, but it don't, If there was any like romantic feelings at all, it's completely gone now. Mind you, I also forgot to say that when them boys that I met at the club, like all them boys I used to talk to at the club were walking up to me, their friend was there, but like I said, we don't owe each other anything. I took your friend on a date. I didn't know if he knew that me and the boy was talking. At the time, I wasn't thinking that he was the type of person to go around and start telling his business to everybody, because me personally, I don't do that. Like, I'll tell my friends that maybe if it comes up, but recently I've gotten to the point where I'm just not as quick to go tell my friend something. But I peeped that, okay, so you telling your friend to come ask another person about why they blocked you. Does your friend know we mess with each other? Because if that's the case, he just kind of blew your whole operation. And then I was like, he might not know. It was real confusing. Like, honestly, this was a real confusing part, because I didn't know if my friend was low-key on some weird shit, and I couldn't tell if Zoro knew that me and Luffy was messing with each other, and if Zoro was gonna go back and tell Luffy that I was getting all these Instagram and Snapchats. But honestly, that was the least of my worries, because I was like, girl, like I said, we don't owe each other. We're not in a relationship. I took you on one date. We went bowling and we ate quesadillas and shit. Now, this is a little bit kind of like toxic in me. Like, I still kind of do this, but I do go back and I look at Instagram followings. I just gotta make sure, like, what you doing, how deep you went to this whole phase, so that I know how deep I can get into it too. There was a lot of new followers in there, but honestly, like I said, I didn't care. But I knew that these were boys that were like flirting with him and whatnot, because a lot of them were boys that I dubbed. Like, you know what I mean? So if I know that they came up to me on that freaky shit, they definitely came up to you on that freaky shit, and then you followed them back. So knowing you was on that freaky shit too. I don't give a damn. I want you on that shit. Come my way with some of that. I'm trying to get in on that. So, but I was just happy that it confirmed that we were doing what we were doing when we were apart, and then together we do us. I was like, I'm not even gonna let it ruin my night. I'm not even gonna take notice to it. Mind you, me and Luffy was also texting at this time. Like, we were like sexting a little bit, cause you know, when that liquor start hitting your pussy, you be a whole different bitch. You be a whole different person with a whole different mindset. So, you know, he's saying stuff to me, I'm saying stuff to him. But the problem was, he was at another lounge or at another club. I'm at a lounge with my friends, and my phone's on Do Not Disturb. So he would text me. Sometimes I would see it right away and respond back, or sometimes I wouldn't see it for maybe like 30 minutes, but he was always taking 30 minutes. So at this point, after a good, you know, 15 texts, a few hours had went by. Like, we started texting when we was at the first lounge. My friend and I are not the type of people we like to be out all night. Like, we stayed out till about around 4 o'clock is when we was going home. Now, I parked in front of my friend's house. I could not just stay there parked in front of his house the whole time, because he was gonna take my spot. And Luffy was still not responding. He was taking forever to respond. So I was like, okay, whatever. I'm about to leave. I'm about to go home. I'll just see you tomorrow when I see you. Because I don't know if I mentioned it, but we made plans to kick it with each other next day. So I ended up just texting Luffy, yo, I'm about to be on my way back home. I'll see you when I see you tomorrow. When I sent him that text, I'm in the car with my friend, and then I let him know, like, wait, so did you and Luffy used to talk? And he was like, who's that? Mind you, I said his name. Obviously, I didn't call him Luffy. He was like, who's that? And I showed him the Instagram, and then he was like, wait, is that who you showed me earlier? And I was like, yes, girl. And he ended up saying that wasn't even, he thought it was someone completely different. Now, in his defense, I did show him pretty quick, because people were coming into the vehicle at the same time. I didn't want anyone else to know who I was talking to. He ends up, you know, telling me some stuff. I was just like, it did kind of turn me off, because it gave me just like kind of just corny vibes. Like, it just gave me like, oh, he's one of them. Honestly, I was like, I really do not care. I'm honestly just trying to see that cockiness monster. Anyway, so after he tells me that, I looked at my phone just instinctively to check my notifications, and I saw that Luffy called me. So I was like, dang, I gotta call him back. And I was like, wait, 1 second, be quiet. I called him, mind you, it said missed FaceTime call 1 minute ago. I called him back, he declines it. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was an accident. I checked my text again, like maybe 3 minutes later, he texts me, fuck off, and then a W emoji. I'm like, wait, what? So I tell my friend, I'm like, bro, why you just say that? Like, that's not like weird. I'm like, what does W even mean? I was like, maybe he's just a little drunk and that was a typo, but you don't just mistakenly type fuck off. And who talks like that? Like, that's so white. Like, I don't know. It was a real confusing moment for me. And so then my friend was like, wait, did he just call you a dub? And I was like, wait, what? Like, there's no way that's what it gave right now. And I'm like calling him back to see if he answered. He don't answer. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna keep calling you. You're not my man. Like, it's whatever. But I was like, yeah, you're bugging, because who are you talking to? I told you I do not like being talked to like I'm stupid. I don't like y'all talking to me like I'm stupid. I don't like my mom talking to me like I'm stupid. And I damn sure don't like no man my age that I'm like flirting with, or you know, whatever the vibes is talking. No nigga's gonna be talking to me stupid. Like, it's just not happening like that. So I told him, like, you're bugging, and at that moment, he's irritated me. Like, that just gave me very, like, childish. I didn't really want to even be around that. Mind you, I just found out, like, some tea on him. Yeah, I was like, I'm blocking him. So that's what I did. I blocked him. But as soon as I blocked him, I was like, no, you low-key just did a little too much. Like, you're not even that mad about it. You was just trying to be extra. And you see, and when I see that I do stuff like that, and it reminds me of the old Kees, I don't like it. Girl, why'd you block that boy? You don't even really care for real. You're just mad because he talked to you a little stupid, but just talk to him about it tomorrow. Don't talk about it right now when you're driving, because you're not even on your phone for real. So I unblocked him literally immediately. I thought it was corny. And I thought what I did was corny. I immediately unblocked him, and that was that. Next morning, I text him, and I just figured I'll talk to him and I'll address it when we're in person. It's really not that serious to ever even like, cause it just seems like it'll probably end up becoming like an argument or something. That's what it gave. I'm not gonna lie, it came off very childish. I would rather just talk about it in person when you're like arms like right here in my face. We confirmed plans to go back downtown. We're gonna go to ride the scooters, right? He said that he thought that was fun. I was like, bet, like, let me take you. So that's what we're gonna do. And then we end up adding on to the plans that he was gonna come over that night. So I'm the type of person where I have like snacks really for my friends. And obviously I eat the snacks too sometimes, but most of the time I get all the snacks that the friends who come over often will eat. So I asked them, do you like have anything that you like? At this point, you would have never thought that anything even happened the night before, because we were literally just having fun again in the conversations. We were texting, joking with each other. Then I got some, you know, pretty tough news around that time, and I was like, yo, we might have to cancel plans. I'm not really in the mood right now. I explained to him what happened. If y'all know, you know. If you don't, you don't. But at the time, I was like, I don't really want to be lonely. Like, I don't want to sit here and be in the house just sad. Like, I have fun when I'm around him. He's cute. Let me just see if he wants to hang out still. So I was like, I don't really want to go downtown and do the scooters, but are you down to just chill in the car and smoke again? He said, yeah. I made my way back over there to him. When I got to him, he had asked me what happened, like, for the full story. I basically explained to him everything that I knew. He said sorry, and then we immediately went on to the next conversation. I just did not want to talk about it, and I could tell that I was a little affected, because you know when you're driving, and even though you're looking dead at the road, you're just thinking about other stuff, so you might miss a turn. I missed like literally 3 different turns. I was messing up, and the GPS is like, bitch, what are you doing? So we went back down the street to that parking lot that we smoked at the first time that was right near his house, and he had asked me, what did you do the night before? So I told him, I was like, we went to this first lounge, and I forgot the name of the second one, so as I'm thinking of the name, he finishes it for me. So I'm like, Now, remember when I told y'all I didn't know if Zoro was going back and telling Luffy what we were doing and what I was doing and da-da-da-da and woo-doo-doo-doo? I already had suspicions, because even before he did that weird shit and basically kind of outed himself that someone was telling him all the business and whatnot, I already thought that he was mad about something, because his vibe immediately from when he walked in the car was way different. He was dry. It wasn't like a hug or anything. I was like, okay, well, I didn't come here for it to be like awkward, and I couldn't tell if I was too emotional because of what just happened in the news I just got. I'm real good at picking up a vibe. Anyone can tell like when someone's clearly just kind of being a little passive aggressive. So I was like, you good? Like, anything going on? And he was just hitting me with the, no, I'm fine. I'm chilling. So I'm like, okay, and whatever, let me just make a joke. So I remember I like touched his hat. He had a hat on, or maybe I touched his, it was something, I touched something, but I was like, oh, Stink, what's going on? Like, just trying to be funny. And then he goes, nothing's going on. This is literally how I talk. Well, you didn't talk like that 48 hours ago, little nigga, huh? Anyways, we fast forward to the part where he basically outs that his friend was telling him the business. Mind you, at this point, he doesn't know that I know him and his friend. I still don't think he knows, but I don't care. Luffy doesn't know that I know that him and Zoro are friends, because like I said, I was in that live on my James Bond shit. When he finished my sentence and told me the second name of the club before I could even get it out, I was like, how did you know that? Like, just acting stupid. And he goes, I have my sources. You think you're mysterious, don't you, little nigga?
But little do you know,
I'm like 4 steps ahead of you, like, honestly. The way he probably thought in his head, yeah, now what? You don't even know I got eyes on you. The only reason why I got the tea on him that I got on him was because his friend walked up to my friend in front of me asking, you know, why did it happen? So I hope I'm explaining this right. I'm just stuttering a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little tired. I want to take a nap right now. Anywho, like I said, the vibes would just be on and off that day, and there was definitely moments where I was real low, like my energy just felt low, because the vibes he was giving me gave me vibes from people that I've talked to before I was more of a mature adult and more of like a a see shit for what it is type of person. I'm not gonna lie, this shit kind of turned me on. He called me princess. I don't know what about that P word, but that shit turned me on. And I knew that I was only so in the mood for him calling me that and like checking up on me. That's bare minimum shit. Like, bruh, you've been acting weird the whole night. Of course, I'm gonna be like kind of standoffish a little bit now. But I was vulnerable. Like, I just got like some really like weird news, and then the situation that was going on with that, it was just a lot. So we're not even gonna take it there tonight. Like, it's not giving that. The vibes gave something totally different, and it wasn't a turn on that. But then that princess shit got me a little revved up. I can't lie. I cannot lie. So anyways, I dropped him off again, and honestly, he didn't even give me a hug. So I was like, yeah, the vibes are definitely a little different. The vibes are different. He wasn't fucking me no more. Maybe his friend told him something that he didn't want to hear. Whatever the case may be, I can see we was in a different place than where we was when we first met. I didn't care. I just took it for, well, that's that. He's moving in a few days, so it's whatever. We can just be friends. I really don't care as long as there's not any weird energy in the air because I got other people's numbers. And that, mind you, I don't know if that's what happened. I don't want to make it seem like that's why he was mad. It could be anything else. I don't know. He's a very confusing boy. Like, I don't know. But that's just what I chalked it up as. I don't know what's going on with him, but I know that I don't want problems with people. This is a new city. I want to restart and just be a better person. So the next day, we were talking about the plans again, and I'm pretty sure, I can't really remember. I don't remember if there was anything weird going on, so probably not. I remember I asked him after, like, we had a little conversation just about, you know, what we was talking about. I was like, what you doing tonight? And his response to me was, my biggest pet peeve is when people ask me the same question over and over and over. Where did this just come from? Like, I'm literally just trying to talk to you right now. Like, I was like, now mind you, like I said, the vibes were so weird that night before, and I know that you're moving this week. I don't know what day at that week that he was moving, but I knew he was moving that week. Maybe you want to go hang out with your friends. Maybe you got to pack. Maybe you got, like, moving is not an easy process, especially when you're doing it by yourself. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Plans could change, and we never confirmed anything the night before. I just texted this back to him, and I'm basically just explaining, girl, I don't really... It never gave that. I was literally just making sure that we were still on the same time because I couldn't tell from the conversation the night before. And at this point, I'm already like detached from the idea of this even getting anywhere past whatever happens until he leaves. It's just weird to me because I can't tell where this random animosity is coming from. You could not sit here and convince me that regular people just act like that. That's not like a regular thing. And I'm real big on like just communication. Just tell me what you didn't like, tell me what you didn't like. Or when it's just so spontaneous like that, I just like to communicate, oh, this is what I meant. It don't even gotta be all that. So honestly, I still wanted to play with that. I still wanted to play with that pipe. So I changed the plans again. I'm like, honestly, I don't think I want to do the scooters anymore. Do you want to come over here? And I didn't want to pick him up because at this point, I'm then went back and forth to your house so many goddamn times. He lived like 35 minutes away. I was like, I'll just get you an Uber or something, or you can just Uber here. We make the plans to hang out, and he just keeps falling in and out of sleep. That's what he says. The whole day, he was just falling in and out of sleep. I didn't know if he was telling the truth or not. I just kind of chalked it up as, okay, whatever he is. I'm gonna have my fucking fun. Once it starts getting too late, and I'm starting to, you messing up what I got with the other hoes, and you not going and making sure you feeling in that spot, I gotta find your substitute. So that's what I did. And y'all know I mess with this dreadhead out here too. I hit my dreadhead up like, you trying to kick it? He was like, yeah. So he lived like maybe 20 minutes away from me. So not only is he closer, but he, you know, we know each other a little longer. The conversation get a little nastier. I'm sorry. That's not even what the vibes was at that moment, but shit, it could have been 10 o'clock, 10:15ish. I was like, okay, well, I'm about to go hang out with my friends. So if you don't want to chill tonight, that's fine, but I'm about to go kick it. And he just said, LOL, chill. Like, what you mean chill? I don't want to be inside by myself. Like, I don't want to be by myself. I'm going through it right now. Like, I don't want to be alone. He just said, laugh my ass off vibe. Well, I don't want to enjoy the vibes right now. Someone just passed away. That's not the vibes I want to be on tonight. And at this point, it's coming off like you don't even really care what's going on with me. You just kind of want to be around me for whatever reason. Maybe, and I'm starting to think that because I was too much of a gentleman, he took my kindness as like weakness. Like he thought he could get over on me. And that's what I'm thinking because that's what people would think in the past. But mind you, I don't understand why he would think that. We were just kicking it. Like we were literally just kicking it. Yes, I got you some flowers. Yes, I went to go pick you up. I mean, yes, we went to smoke or whatever, but that's not a lot. I don't really think I did too much for him to think that I was really trying to mess with him. Mind you, I forgot to also add, at this point, I had followed him back on Instagram because I thought I had followed him back that night. I had blocked him like right after I had unblocked him, but I guess I didn't. So I noticed I followed him back at that point of the conversations when he noticed that I had followed him again. So he said, wait, we never followed each other. And I was like, wait, what? Because that was like, it was so different and like, it was such a change from the conversation. So I was like, wait, what? And then he was like, on IG, we never followed each other. And I'm thinking to myself, you knew we followed each other because you followed me first. Like you knew, but whatever, you know, you want to be corny, it's whatever. Like he's coming off very childish and now it's not very attractive. So I kept it real and I told him exactly what happened, why I did it, and that I immediately undid it because I thought it was stupid. He was just like, I didn't know this and I'm not following you back. Now, that's when I was like, yeah, he's acting like a little girl right now. I don't care when people don't follow me back. I really don't dictate follows as someone messing with you. I mean, why follow someone if you don't want to keep up with them? But you still want to hang out and come over to my crib, but you don't want to follow me. And you're only not following me because I blocked you and I unblocked you. And I'm like, okay, like whatever. I thought that was so weird. And let me read you this part of the messages. I said, LMAO, you dead told me to F off randomly. You think I shouldn't be mad at that? And he just replied with the anyways, LOL. And then while he was replying that, I was already in the middle of my next sentence and I was saying, I mean, I immediately undid it because I knew I was overreacting and I don't ever trip about stuff that small, but I don't know, I was just overly irritated when it happened. And then I replied back to when he said the anyways, LOL, like, bro, what's going on? Like, it's coming off very passive aggressive right now and I don't know where this is even coming from. Like, you was just about to come over. Like, that's like, you was literally just about to be in my butt. Now, let me stop playing. Like, I play too much, but like, you know what I mean? You was just about to lay down in my bed and watch a movie with me. We was probably gonna smoke again. We probably gonna, you know, I bought like snacks and whatnot. I don't know. I just feel like this is coming from a whole different direction and I was just not prepared for it. I really didn't know where it came from. I was confused. I'm like, okay. Maybe he tripped and fell on a Ouija board and his ass is possessed by Bathsheba. That bitch need to leave him alone because I'm trying to make that cock blam, bitch. So anyways, I replied to him saying anyways, LOL, and I was like, Luffy, are you good, bruh? And he said, LOL, ain't that deep for an explanation. I'm thinking, explanation, bruh? I'm literally having a conversation with you. Like, what are you talking? Like, he just, like, you can tell he's definitely getting off on the sense that he thinks that because I was a gentleman that I'm like in love with him or something. I don't even know how to explain it. If you get what I'm trying to say, you get what I'm trying to say. I really don't even care at this point. Never gave any of that. I'm just asking where this is coming from. I was like, not gonna lie, the vibes seem off. I wasn't explaining myself. I was just trying to let you know, I guess, because that's the topic of the conversation. If you don't mess with me no more, just let me know, because the vibes from night one are not the same recently. He hit me with the relax, you're making something out of nothing. Okay, so that's when I knew right then and there, you're toxic and you're manipulative as fuck. If y'all have been manipulated or you've dealt with someone who is similar to this, you know that they would make anything that they do wrong seem like it's your fault or you're the one overreacting when really you're just trying to get down to the bottom of where this random animosity is coming from. And I just said this and basically I explained to him that, I mean, it's not me explaining myself. We're just having a conversation. I didn't even want to bring it up because I really don't care and I don't be tripping about stuff like this no more. But clearly beyond like the sexual conversation, I like you. Like I like being around you. You're funny. You know how to keep a conversation. We got a lot in common. And I wouldn't even be so pushy to want to hang out with you if it wasn't for you about to be moving in like a week. If I had like 3 months ahead, I promise you we wouldn't even hang out this much. I probably would have waited like 2 weeks or something, maybe 3, to give us time to like, you know, want to hang out again, miss each other, hang out and see where it went. You know what I mean? Like that's what adults do. You don't have to hang out all the time. And I did realize we were hanging out a lot, but I don't know. I just felt like you were leaving. I told you I was going to try to hang out with you as much as I can. And you let me know that that was okay. So now that I'm doing that, is it weird? I don't know. And I told him, I'm relaxed. I'm not tripping at all, but you be knowing what you be doing and I'm just trying to communicate. Like adults communicate. Like that's what's crazy about our generation. You literally cannot talk to someone about how you feel without them taking it like up the ass. Like, girl, it never gave I was in love with you and I thought you were my boyfriend. I'm just trying to find out why you trying to scrap. Like, you keep whacking me right now. I don't know what's going on. So after about 15 minutes, I realized he really did not follow me back on Instagram. I'm like, like that's kind of ugly. So I was like, ew, you're really not about to follow me back? Okay, man. And he was like, so if you're relaxing, why you doing the most? If this was old Kees, my feelings would have started getting hurt at this point because I would have been like, damn, I don't know what I did already to mess up whatever we got going on, but I already messed it up and it's only been a few days. I didn't do nothing to this boy. I'm like, I'm trying to have a conversation. If I was speaking, you would hear that I'm literally just talking casual. I'm confused how I'm doing the most. He said, I'm about to get up and get in the shower. He just ignored it and I was like, wait, are you coming? And he was like, LMFAO, I mean. And mind you, at this point, I'm in the car to my dreadhead. So I'm like, wait, hold the fuck on. Yes, he lived like 35 minutes away, but I'm on my way to smoking my dreadhead. That's gonna take 20 minutes to get there. So you don't have to chew the spliff to get high and then have a cute little conversation. And then I gotta sober up, get back on the road and be back home to my house by the time you get there. Like it was just too much going on. Okay, and mind you, this is where I started going wrong. Like even when I'm hearing myself talk about it again, bitch, I should have been like, oh, you're blocked. From that point on, he should have been blocked and it should have been that because clearly this boy is a problem. But I wasn't thinking with this head. I was thinking to the one down there by the floor. And mind you, why is it 5:47? And this is Sunday. This like the day that y'all see this video is like the time in the morning I'm editing this. Don't say shit else to me. So to give me some time, I was like, when you think you're gonna be ready, I'm on my way to charge my car real quick. Just lying. Niggas don't be shit. I was like, I'll get your Uber at like 12:15. That was at 11:20. He was responding. He said he just got out the shower. And mind you, at this point, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And then he was like, do you want me to just come tomorrow? And I was like, it's up to you. I'm not tripping. We can do tomorrow if you want. He said that he felt like today was just a drag and it would be better tomorrow. I was like, yeah, no shade. That's cool. I'll see you tomorrow. And then he wanted to keep having a conversation because you could tell like I just didn't care. You was literally beefing with me all day, acting like my little ass sister. Like, what you think I'm gonna keep trying to talk to you? I'm talking to my dreadhead, a real man. That's the problem. I can't keep fucking with these light skins. I got to start fucking with that chocolate. That chocolate gonna melt in your mouth too. That was nasty, I'm sorry. So he said, LMAO, I'm so blowed, not the high one. And I was like, LMAO, what's good? You know, we start talking about the moving stuff again. Problems I had when I was moving, and you would literally have thought nothing would have happened. Like, we have a very bad like habit of just pretending like shit didn't happen. So he randomly, and now this isn't really important to the story, but I need y'all to tell me what this means. He just randomly said, finna go get a SD tomorrow. And I said, what's that? He said, LMFAO. I don't know what that means. So if you know what that means, can you let me know in the comments? I must have just changed the subject. I sent a TikTok. We was laughing at it. He ended up responding, but I ended up just not feeling like responding. This is around 2:20 and I ended up going to bed around 3. I was just like, I don't feel like texting him back. I'll just tell him I went to sleep and that was that. So the next morning, instead of replying back to the post, I just said, GM, I fell asleep. And then I had laughed at the 2 messages from the night before. That was about 10:16 in the afternoon. He didn't text me back till 7:35. I just knew that he clearly has some type of attitude, but I'm not about to chase. He was like, I thought you emphasized my message and never replied. Well, I laughed at it, so you didn't think I emphasized it, but whatever. And so I was just like, LOL, and in the middle of me literally typing, you're smooth, I wasn't tripping, he just says, yikes. And I'm like, what? Mind y'all, this man didn't give me more than a minute. Like literally, the time goes 7:51, LOL. 7:52, yikes. 7:52, you're smooth, I wasn't tripping. Like you didn't give me more than 30 seconds to respond. Like, bro, you doing a lot right now. Like he's starting to act literally like a middle schooler. I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, bro, I'm a little over this. I don't really think I want to even keep like messing with him no more. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, let me give him some time to cool down. So around like, what, 40 minutes later, I texted him and I said, why you say yikes? He doesn't respond to me. At that point, I just basically washed my hands with him. Like, I'm not really losing much. I mean, I paid for everything, drove us everywhere, got all the money. Also, I didn't mention this earlier, but he don't got a debit card. He uses his mom's Cash App. And that's what he told me from his mouth. And I'm not really missing too much here. It doesn't seem like I'm losing a lot. You know, I would have loved to ride that meat to the sunset, but honestly, it really doesn't seem like it really doesn't seem like it would be a fun experience for me no more. Cause now I don't even have any type of feelings for you. Cause you're literally acting like my baby cousin. At 10 o'clock that night, so around 2 hours after I asked him the why you say yikes thing and he was ignoring me, I was just like, okay, well, it's getting weird. I don't know exactly what's up, but at this point, it's out of my hands. Enjoy your move. Wish you the best. And he just said, bro, chill out. He responded right away. That's so crazy. It took you all them hours to explain why you said yikes because you know you sound like a little girl. But as soon as I say, okay, well, I'm kind of just done with it, you just say, bro, chill out. Like, and mind you, the next minute, so I was like, yeah, nah, I'm over it. I just liked the message. And then I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like, I felt like it was kind of beef at that point. Like it didn't feel like it was real beef, like we was beefing. It's definitely not that, but it just felt like there was a lot of animosity and I didn't know where it was coming from. I don't like to end stuff off with people like that. Even when I told you the story time about the friend who stopped trying to be friends with me because I told them I didn't support them being a homewrecker. Before I cut them off, I was like, would you like to talk about it and let me know what's going on? When you ignore me and I'm putting the ball in your court to say what's on your mind and be an adult and you don't want to do that, you gotta go. So the next day I had said, yo, I don't like leaving off on bad terms with people, especially when I really do enjoy their company. So beyond the sexual stuff and the weird vibes, I'm excited for your move and your new path, even though I know you're not for real. And I really see it for you. Also, maybe eventually by the time you come visit Houston again, or I come out there for our business trip or whatever, we can grab a bite or something as friends. The first night was super fun for sure. Safe flights whenever you leave. I didn't do that for him or for me and him to be cool again. I mean, I kind of did, but it wasn't for him. It was really for me. Like, I don't like leaving off on bad terms with anybody. I don't like that. I don't want to come off like I'm a bad person. Like, I just don't like feeling like that. So I felt good. As soon as I sent that text, regardless of whatever his response was gonna be, I wasn't gonna care. I put the ball in your court to be a good person. And if you can't match that, then you can't match that. I don't know what to say. Y'all, but why does he respond back to me like, it's nothing weird. You honestly just started to turn me off by doing the most. All the messages and paragraphs for nothing, ... All the paragraphs and messages for nothing. It came across very childish on your end. However, thanks. I appreciate it. Ooh. Okay. Where the fuck did that come from? I told him, and honestly, I was about to just leave it there. I was like, yeah, he's still being a cornball. I don't even care at that point, but you're not about to make it seem like I was chasing you, and you wasn't about to make it seem like I'm blowing your phone up. We would have conversations. Like, bro, what you want me to send message after message after message, every character? My nigga, like, what you want me to do? I put it in MLA format for your ass to follow. You should be thanking me. Now I'm just playing, but I just said, paragraphs is a stretch. I talk a lot. You know this. I don't like sending message after message after message, so maybe they seem like paragraphs. When what happened with my family happened, I got too emotional. It's new and it hurts. I never wanted to come off as clingy though. That shit's not cute. And he just read it, and that was that. That was the end of that. We stopped talking, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna lie now. I've never been told that I turned anyone off before. That was a very like new feeling for me, because it made me feel, I'm not gonna lie, it made me feel ugly. Then I thought to myself, like, bruh, why do you care? Like, why are you a little in your feelings about this? You don't know this boy, and he don't got a debit card. This boy don't got a car. Like, you got a lot going for yourself, and he has a lot going for himself too. Like, even regardless of all this other shit, I don't want to make it seem like I'm bashing him. He is funny. He's very handsome. He's smart. You know what? That boy is a graduate, and he's a black graduate. He's on a path to doing what he want to do. I don't really have no hate for him, but why am I sad? Like, bro, you literally, I paid for everything. I drove us everywhere. I provided all the kush. I've had a crush on you since I saw your My Explore page. So I guess I tried a little extra hard to at least keep it cordial between us, but he didn't want to be on that. And clearly you never cared about what was going on with me. I don't see why I should care what's going on with you. So I left it at that. Now, this is the last part of the story, and this is where I said that I know he just got mad because I wasn't sad no more. I was on Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, let me know in the comments if you saw this tweet, because only a few people did, so I should not see more than like literally 3 people, because I doubt all 8 people are watching this video. I posted a picture, and if you guys have ever seen that meme of the Bratz doll with its hair all messed up and it looked like that bitch done went through it, I posted that pic, and I was like, why did this guy come over last night and did his biggest? Mind you, I was really just keying for real, but I was thinking about like head. Like, I was thinking about just some good ass head, and I was about to quote the tweet with another meme, and it was supposed to be like a key, but there was only 4 people in the responses, and it came off from how they were commenting on the post that I made it seem like I was, I was getting active for real. I didn't want it to come off like that. I deleted the tweet, and that was that. I didn't even make the second tweet. At that point, the joke's over. I'm not gonna remake the joke. It's whatever. I deleted that. That was around like literally 10, 11 a.m. in the morning. Mind you, that happened 2 days after my last text to this boy. So I get a random text message from a number. I don't know who it is because the number's not saved. And they said, you're a joke, and a bunch of laughing emojis. So I'm like, wait, who is this? They just love the message. And I'm like, don't tell me it's him. Maybe he's just being funny. Like, maybe he's trying to spin the block again. I'm not gonna lie, I still wanted to, you know what I mean? So I was like, LMFAO, no, who is this? I just bought a new phone and my iCloud didn't back up all the numbers. Just lying. He just said, okay, and I can tell by how he texts, he always adds a period at the end. I was like, oh, never mind. I can tell exactly who it is by your passive aggressiveness and how you text. He just said, okay. He laughed at what I said. I thumbs up what he said. And I was like, bro, what do you want to argue about? And this is mad random. You must be bored. There's not no one else's phone you can play on. And he replies back to me, LOL, I'm not. Just thinking about how I'm low-key glad I didn't fuck you since you be fucking on everybody. Good night though, King. Be safe. With a red heart. You corny ass nigga! He thought he chewed in. Like, girl, are you trying to read right now? Cause I never had to give you that work, cause I was trying to get up in them draws, but it's very clear I'm never gonna touch him. And I'm never gonna be near him no more. Let me go ahead and just gag him a little bit. I was like, LOL, don't know what you're talking about. This can't be the person posting sex tapes on their Twitter circle talking to me. You didn't know I knew that. Gagged you. And then he said, definitely you don't remember your tweet. So I'm like, what tweet is he talking about? No way he talking about that Bratz doll tweet. Are you really talking about that Bratz doll tweet? A post, mind you, it was a post and delete. So at 10 a.m. this morning, you saw a post that I made, but you didn't address it. You left it alone. But then you waited all day, and at 12 a.m., damn, they're about to be 1 a.m., you texted me trying to beef. Like, did you think you were gonna hurt my feelings? Like, clearly I don't care about you no more, boy. Like, and I never, like, and it wasn't that I didn't care about him in the first place, because I do have a caring, like, personality. If we're getting along, I'm gonna care about you just regardless, because you're another human and I care about other humans. But bruh, that's how far it gets. Don't get this shit fucked up. I'm a good person. I don't care about you. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to, y'all get what I mean. I ain't about to over explain shit for him. And so I said, I'm glad we ain't fuck with each other either. And so then he responds to the text where I basically told him about the, Twitter stuff, and he just laughed and said, sure. And I was like, I sure do remember my tweet. Was that supposed to gag? The way I never said I had sex. And I was like, you clearly just want to argue. You're a joke, like, for real. He responds back with LOL. I just called him corny, and I was like, find a hobby, and quickly. And y'all know what he responded back to me? Like, such a loser. I literally just laughed at him. I feel like if you ever gonna jump in a bitch DM or you gonna jump in a bitch phone and you wanna argue, come with that smoke. Like, you can't, cause that's embarrassing. Like, I know he felt like he just got done dotted up, cause girl, you did low key. But yeah, y'all, that's it for today's story time. What do y'all take from this? Do you think that maybe I did come off like I liked him too much, or do you, and I want y'all to be honest, but be respectful. Watch who y'all talking to, cause y'all forget, I talk back. I'm very proud of myself for seeing it for what it was early on. Old me would have ignored stuff and been like, no, I can make this work. Like, I can change him. I can make him fall in love with me. I can, and then been heartbroken when this would have happened. Honestly, I knew that I grew when he had texted me, you're a joke. As far as the you're a joke thing, I didn't care, because at first I didn't even know who it was. And when I realized it was for what he said, I really didn't care. Like, I was just like, bruh, like, this can't be you talking to me right now. Like, this can't be you talking to me right now. But the turn off thing was the only thing that really was like, ugh. Like, woo. No one's ever told me that, so that was a little new for me. But I'm glad that I learned how to detach myself, and I'm learning to be an adult and to not let men run my life. And I like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this story time. I appreciate y'all so much. Follow me on my Instagram if you haven't already, y'all. Like, come on, y'all. I'm trying to get to 100K. Like, I'm trying to be one of them creators that got the hundreds of the Ks in order, you know. I appreciate y'all so much. See y'all next week. I love y'all 100 times. Kisses on both cheeks. Oh, I might just definitely start making that the thing. That was fishy. That was fishy. Anyways, bye.